Hi, I love helping businesses reach their goals with SEO. When a business like yours approaches us, the first thing we do is detailed research. We look at where you are today, what your competitors are doing, where the opportunities are, and what it would realistically take to reach your growth goals. Depending on the size of your project and depending on your budget, we usually create a video consultation anywhere from 5 to 30 minutes long. Then we jump on a video call to go through strategy, timeline, budgets, and answer any questions. If we end up working together, we begin improving your website, SEO, content, technical issues, authority, and visibility across Google, Maps, AI search, and everywhere else that your customers are searching for you. Over time, your business moves closer towards its goals month after month while we continue fine-tuning and improving performance. It is unfortunately a very long-term and ongoing process, but the return on investment is absolutely enormous. Anyway, enough talking. Let's take a look at a consultation we did a while back for a business that's doing very well today. Whoever you prefer. So I'm very familiar with this. I work with so many therapists and psychologists over the years. I've been doing this for a very long time. And your project is slightly more complicated because, yes, you're a therapist offering to, I guess, Des Moines, Iowa, but also you've got these books and you've got these articles and so on and so forth. So there's actually your website is a lot more comprehensive than just for example, another Des Moines, Iowa therapist whose website only focuses on that. So the way Google ranks websites now is a little bit more complex. There are over 200 ranking factors, and so you kind of have to run every topic through those ranking factors. Redesigning the website is no problem. There's no there. I like the content that's on the website. So if you wanted to, we could definitely just make it a much more cleaner, simpler, functional website. And then you tell us what content, if you wanted us to copy and paste the content directly. You could tell us even if there was a specific kind of design that you wanted, or if you saw a website that you would like to sort of gain inspiration from. But what I see here is pretty standard. It's very comprehensive stuff here, your privacy policy, your disclaimers, and so on. Very, very well. Actually, I haven't seen this blurb before, and I always tell my clients who are therapists and I've got clients who are lawyers and coaches and things like that. And I say, you really need to have these disclaimers. It's so important. These days, everyone wants to follow everyone on social media. And so it's a good thing that you're protecting yourself. I like this. Let's jump right into the stats. Like I could, the price quote for rebuilding a website, it really depends on what you want. It's just like buying a car. You could get a 2022 Honda Civic or a Honda Accord, CRV. Everyone comes with different features and all kinds of bells and whistles. So it really depends on you, what you want. So let's take a look though at some more nerdy data, which is my specialty. So your authority score is 25 and it's scored out of 100. That is actually quite excellent. Many therapists come to me and they're 1 out of 100. I just did another one earlier this morning, was 1 out of 100, and they've been practicing for a very long time but never really put any effort into the website. And I started working on one 2 years ago that was 1 out of 100, and now they're also at 25 out of 100. So you've done phenomenally well. Your organic search is actually, for what you're doing right now, it's not horrible. You have a pretty good beginner's backlink profile. I'd like to add, this would probably stay the same. I would probably bump this up to maybe closer to, I would say, 900 to 1,000 monthly organic visitors. I would say I would add 500 really good backlinks that are coming from 500 different referring domains. You want to have a good consistent number, like 723 backlinks coming from 723 referring domains as opposed to 121. Wouldn't bump this number up much, but it would definitely bump up this organic traffic number up. But take a look at your organic traffic graph. It is absolutely excellent. April 2021, you just started trending up and down. So this is really healthy. This is really good. You're down right at the moment. Totally normal. Don't even that. You're ranking for 397 keywords, but you kind of have to think about, is it worth it? All these keywords you're ranking for, does it even matter to you? Right now, let's take a look at what you're ranking really, really well for, actually. I'll give you some really good data. Okay, so every single month, 170 people go to Google and they type this exact phrase, preparing for therapy worksheet. You are position number 2 in Google. Every single month, 50 people go to Google and they type, what is my therapist thinking? You rank number 2 in Google. Let's look at something. I wanted to look at something with a little bit more. Okay, so every month, 3,600 people go to Google and they type rewire your anxious brain. Well, you're spot 12, which is basically page 2. So you're ranking for a lot of stuff, and this stuff is giving you traffic specifically to your various blog articles. But does that traffic convert into revenue for you? And that's another thing that I specialize in. So let's take a look at this. We're going to take a look at something, anxiety symptoms. 300,000 Americans, this is specific to Americans, are going to Google every month and they're typing anxiety symptoms. You could take a look down here, anxiety attack, 165,000 people per month. And then the volume gets until you get to Des Moines therapy. So Des Moines therapy, there are 1,000 people every single month that are specifically searching for Des Moines therapy. And we could actually expand on this and we can look at all of the related phrases. So there are actually 4,000 searches in addition to this 1,000, 580 variations. Now, not all of the variations will be of any use to you. For example, this one says physical therapy. That is not what you do. You don't do massage therapy. So I could expand on this and then it would pull up a spreadsheet and we would probably get 10 to 15 phrases that will be very profitable for you, that will actually drive revenue to your website. And so I definitely have the capabilities to do this. So I really there's one more tab I wanted to show you. I've used this phrase, anxiety therapy, to audit your website. And basically, it comes up with a score of 57 out of 100, 23 issues that are found. I'm going to show you some that are really important. So the title tags are extremely important, and the description tags are extremely important. Your website actually has no image meta tags. That's extremely important, and I mean important to Google. Your heading tags have been found. However, your heading tags don't say anything meaningful. So, for example, a heading tag would be this. This is an actual heading tag. So Google ends up ranking you for this. And so we actually don't want to put step-by-step actionable strategies to master your anxiety. You would actually want to put something like Des Moines therapy. And so you end up ranking higher for Des Moines therapy. And then we would sprinkle those words in and around your website properly to make Google happy. And well, it's one of 200 things that we would do. Anyways, duplicate heading tags. You do have some heading tags that are duplicate, and many that are just of no use. So you have a heading tag that is your, and that's fine. You'll always rank number one for your name. But then you have a heading tag. Again, Google weighs this extremely, extremely important in search results. One of your heading tags is who is this for? So you have to imagine somebody going to Google and just Googling who is it for? Well, it's totally meaningless to you. So we want to make these headings. You could have 6 per page. So it goes H1, H2, H3, all the way down to H6. So I get every single page of your website would want to put H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. It's a ton of work. But what ends up happening is you could say, hey, Jeff, let's look at all these phrases that are going to be profitable to me. I want to rank for, and let's say, for example, I want to rank for 10 phrases. I think these are going to make me the most money. And then we would then optimize each and every page of your website so that your audit scores are basically anything over 80 out of 100 pretty much guarantees that you're going to rank number one in Google. So if you go to Google, type anxiety therapy and look at the first really good website to pop up in search results, they are going to have a score that's probably 82, 85. Sometimes I've seen people get 90, 93, specifically therapists. So you definitely want to have as high of a score as possible. Again, this is more complex because you do have you have links that go to Amazon, for example, and so on. So there's a lot going on. I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to send this over to you, and I really hope to work with you. I think what you're doing here is fantastic. I would love to work with you. The consultation you just watched was recorded years ago, so naturally SEO has evolved a lot since then. Today, ranking a business successfully takes significantly more time, strategy, content, technical work, and ongoing optimization than it did back then. My team and I have been doing SEO since 1995, and over the years, we've helped businesses from all over the world grow their traffic, visibility, and revenue through SEO. If you're a growing business and you need help with SEO, feel free to contact us anytime for an up-to-date consultation. Or you could try our SEO service with a 90-day free trial. Thanks for watching, and I hope this consultation gave you some useful ideas for your own business.